Imagine a world hidden beneath your feet, where entire cities thrive in darkness, carved by history, survival, and secrets. These are not myths or movie sets. They're real, buried civilizations, built to protect, inspire, and endure. Welcome to the 25 hidden underground cities you never knew existed. Plaisance tunnels, begun in the 13th century, once stored beer and supplies. These multi-story cellars stretched under homes, forming one of Europe's most advanced underground systems. Forgotten for decades, they were rediscovered with medieval tools, mugs, and artifacts still intact. Today, they honor the city's brewing legacy, while reminding us that the past always lives just beneath the surface. Tokyo's flood defenses are hidden deep underground. Built after deadly typhoons, the system includes 5 huge tanks and kilometers of tunnels. Called the Floodwater Cathedral, it can drain an Olympic pool in seconds. Completed in 2006 for $2 billion, it protects millions. As climate threats rise, Tokyo's underground guardian works silently to keep the surface safe. Inside a former gold mine in South Dakota lies America's deepest science lab. The Sanford facility stretches 12 miles underground, shielded from cosmic radiation. Here, scientists hunt for dark matter and study neutrinos. Experiments like Lux and Majorana push the boundaries of physics. It's a place where silence is golden and discovery is buried deep. Wright-Patterson in Ohio holds one of America's most whispered legends. After the 1947 Roswell incident, people believe alien wreckage and bodies were stored in Hangar 18. Even a senator was denied access. Stories speak of gray-skinned beings, secret labs, and guarded knowledge. The truth remains hidden, but the questions never stop. Beneath the base, mystery lingers. In California's desert, Robert Vicino built Vivos, a luxury bunker to survive the apocalypse. It can house 200 people for a year with food, water, and supplies. Designed for nuclear blasts, floods, and more, it's a modern-day Ark. Plans exist for more across America. Even DNA samples of all living things are preserved inside. But safety has a price, and survival here isn't for everyone. High cliffs in Colorado cradle the stone dwellings of the Anasazi. Built in the 12th century, homes like Cliff Palace used mud and stone, perched high to stay safe. After a century, they left, possibly due to drought. Their mystery endures, as descendants from native tribes keep the stories alive. Now protected as a national park, these cliff homes are silent guardians of a lost world. Under Edinburgh's cobbled streets are vaults that once buzzed with shops and taverns, but later decayed into slums of crime and misery. Built in the 1700s as storage for merchants, poor air and dampness forced businesses out. Then the homeless moved in, followed by criminals. In 1985, excavators found toys, bottles, and dishes, evidence of lives once lived in darkness. These haunting chambers are now empty, but the sorrow still clings to the stone. The Wieliczka salt mine near Krakow is a surreal underground world sculpted from salt. Since the 13th century, miners carved not just tunnels, but chapels, chandeliers, and lakes, everything made of salt. It stretches over 287 kilometers and dives 327 meters deep. Even light seems sacred here, reflecting off crystal walls. This isn't just a mine. It's a monument to human patience, devotion, and artistry beneath the earth. Setenil de las Bodegas is a village literally swallowed by stone. Homes and restaurants were built directly into cliffs, with giant rocks acting as rooftops. For centuries, people adapted to nature rather than changing it. The stone keeps homes cool in the heat and warm in the cold. The town's design isn't just practical, it's poetic. Here, humanity doesn't conquer nature, it lives within it. Deep in Australia's outback lies Coober Pedy, a town hiding underground to escape scorching heat. Temperatures soar past 50 degrees Celsius, so locals dug homes into rock. These dugouts stay cool year-round. What began with an opal discovery in 1915 became a full town beneath the desert. Residents live, shop, and worship underground. It's a surreal, cave-like world where survival met creativity. Today, it's still the world's top source for gem-quality opals. In the heart of Mexico City is a skyscraper flipped upside down. The Earthscraper plunges 65 stories below the main square. Shaped like an inverted pyramid, sunlight pours into its depths through a glass ceiling. This bold vision bypasses the city's space limits, creating a futuristic world beneath. It blends ancient ideas with modern needs, a vertical city, not rising, but falling into the earth, lit by the sky. In 1963, a Turkish man knocked down a wall in his home and uncovered a vast underground maze. He had discovered Derinkuyu, one of the world's largest hidden cities. Stretching 85 meters deep with 18 levels, this secret refuge once housed 20,000 people. It had ventilation shafts, water, even rooms for livestock. Hidden beneath the quiet landscape of Cappadocia, it served as protection from invasions. Massive stone doors sealed its halls from within. While only 8 levels are now open to visitors, Derinkuyu remains a chilling reminder of how far humanity will go to survive. Beneath northern France lies Naours, a network of tunnels carved in the Middle Ages. Originally built for safety during wars, it found new life in World War I. Allied soldiers took refuge here, leaving over 3,000 carvings on the stone walls. These markings are now haunting messages from the past, frozen in time. What began as a medieval shelter became a time capsule of human fear, endurance, and hope in times of conflict. The tunnel walls whisper stories of those who once hid in silence below. Beneath Portland, Oregon, lies a labyrinth tied to a dark past. The Shanghai tunnels once linked bars, shops, and docks, making it easy to move goods and people. Legend says unsuspecting men were drugged and dragged underground, only to wake aboard ships as forced labor. Though historians debate the full truth, these tunnels are soaked in mystery. Some say you can still hear echoes from that forgotten world. They remind us how human greed often operates best in the shadows. 2,500 years ago, the people of Kish Island built Karize, an underground water system that became a subterranean city. Stretching over 10,000 square meters, its tunnels once purified and stored water. The ceilings, once seabeds, are covered in ancient corals and fossils. Forgotten for centuries, Karize is now a cultural hub filled with cafes and galleries. Once a life source, it's now a living memory. Under Beijing lies Dixiacheng, a secret city dug during the Cold War by hand. Spanning 85 square kilometers, it could shelter 300,000 people for 4 months in case of attack. It held schools, cinemas, shops, even a skating rink. After the Soviet threat faded, it was abandoned. Today, It's a forgotten labyrinth that some say still houses the homeless. A ghost city, built not for glory, but survival. Montreal's Réseau is more than just tunnels. It's a living city underground. Built to battle brutal winters, it now stretches over 32 kilometers and hosts 2,000 shops, hotels, metro stations, and even concert halls. Every day, 500,000 people use it. What began as a solution to weather has become a thriving subterranean society. It's where warmth, commerce, and culture live below the frost. New York's Low Line is the world's first underground park, born from a forgotten trolley terminal. Using special reflectors and optic cables, it brings sunlight below ground to grow real plants. It's not just a park, it's a glimpse into future cities, where old spaces find new life and nature blooms in darkness, proving even buried places can feel alive and full of light. Helsinki hides a survival fortress below, with 500 facilities and 300 kilometers of tunnels. It could protect 750,000 people, more than the city's surface population. Built in case of war, it has pools, rinks, shops, churches, and filtered air systems. In peace, it's public space. In crisis, it's refuge. It's a city prepared to transform within 72 hours, reminding the world that safety can live in silence. Carved into limestone mines, Subtropolis is a workplace city hidden from the sun. Since 1964, over 1,600 people work daily inside these cool, dry tunnels. The space is ideal for storing documents, film reels, even cheese. Temperatures stay perfect all year. Here, innovation meets nature in an unlikely alliance, quietly powering industries inside ancient rock. Singapore's answer to land scarcity is beneath its feet. This science city supports 4,200 researchers, complete with labs, offices, and shops. It covers 400 square meters underground. Built with precision, it merges convenience and efficiency below street level. As cities run out of room to grow upward, Singapore proves they can expand downward, brilliantly and invisibly. Beneath Corsham lies Burlington, a top-secret nuclear bunker built in 1955. Hidden behind secure rail lines and 60 miles of tunnels, it could house 4,000 people, including royalty. It had everything: switchboards, hospitals, even an underground government. Designed for complete isolation, it never saw disaster. Closed in 1991, Burlington remains one of the most elaborate doomsday plans never used. Beneath Naples, 2,400 years of history echo through Napoli Sotterranea. Greeks dug it first, Romans expanded it, and World War II families hid there. Stretching 80 kilometers, it stored water, goods, and secrets. Its Bourbon Tunnel once linked palace and barracks. Today, tourists wander its chambers, walking paths once used by criminals, priests, and survivors. Every wall tells a layered tale of life below. Built to carry silver, the tunnels of Guanajuato became revolutionary hideouts and now tourist routes. Underneath, you'll find a museum holding mummified bodies naturally preserved by the soil. From colonial riches to rebellion to eerie remains, these tunnels reveal how the earth remembers everything, even the people who thought they'd been forgotten. A forgotten underground city was rediscovered in Nushabad when a resident hit a hollow space digging a sewer. That space was a 1,500-year-old shelter. Built across 3 levels with traps, tunnels, and toilets, it was used to protect villagers during invasions. Carved with care, it reflects a time when people had to vanish to survive. Now open to the world, it reveals strength hidden in silence. These hidden cities beneath our feet prove that human history isn't just written in the sky, it's carved deep into the earth. If this fascinated you, don't miss our next deep dive into the largest abandoned cities or the future of underground living. Subscribe for more journeys into the unseen.